I want you to listen to me when I say this. Your next breakthrough will be after the hardest period of your life. When you start becoming successful in life, your life is going to look like this. It's going to go up, down, and when most people hit their lowest point, they get down here, what do? They usually give up. But this is the time that you cannot give up, because this is where you're going to grow the most, and this is where you're going to make the most progress. Let me break it down for you. Let's say you started a business, okay? At the beginning, the business was tough. You're down here because it's slowly growing. Month by month, you can see your business accelerating. You're feeling great. Life is amazing. You're attracting new opportunities. You might be meeting new people. Networking is going amazing. And before you know it, 6 months later, you feel like you've hit a plateau. So you stay like this. It could be your business, your friendships, your relationships. Everything in your life might feel like it's going like this. It's going at a very slow pace. And it's been like this for a month or two. And then what happens? Most of the time, people will go like this, because this is life and this is what happens. Things can't be perfect all of the time. You're going to experience hardships in order to grow. So you start going down and down and down, and you feel like you are back at square one, when in reality you're not. This is where you started, this is where you are, but this might have been where you were prior. And what happens? Most people will get to this point and they give up. They give up full stop. And this is where they say to themselves, I'm ready to throw everything away. Clearly this idea didn't work. Clearly this relationship isn't working. Clearly this chapter of my life isn't meant to be like this. But this is what people do not tell you. Once you get to this point, it is your duty to build yourself up, to keep going, because after another 6 months, you might be here, but then you're going to skyrocket up here, and you are no longer down here, and you have already surpassed yourself from a year ago, from 6 months ago. You are still higher than where you started, but people don't look at it like that. They don't look at the grand scheme of things. They only look at things in the moment. They might only look at 1 month's worth of progress, 2 months worth of progress, and to them, if they've been stuck at the same point for 2 months, they're like, oh, well, I'm not moving anywhere, so let's just give up. But you cannot think like this. You have to keep on going, and you have to keep on pushing yourself forward. If you get to this point and you are still, keep going. Do not give up. Find it in you to keep doing whatever it is. If it is your business, if it is your friendship, whatever it might be, you hold the power in order to keep going, and that has to be your main priority. Of course, things are going to be tough. You might end up losing all of your money. You might feel like you are starting from scratch again, but I can assure you, you are not starting from scratch, because you have developed and gained so much knowledge from building yourself up to this point and coming back down again, that you know exactly the right steps to take and exactly the mistakes that you made in order to get to this point. For example, let's say you're a content creator, and when you were building your business, you were posting every single day consistently. You was getting tons of views. Your business was booming. You was getting new leads in the door every single week. And then all of a sudden you stopped posting because you became complacent. You're like, oh, I'm getting a couple of million views every video, my page is doing so well. And then you think, oh, I can sit back a little bit, I'm earning money from social media now, let me chill out. So your posting goes from every day to maybe a few times a week, and then it starts going to once a week. And over the course of a few months, you will not recognize these things instantly, because they take time, just like it takes time to build up. Things start fading away, and before you know it, 2 months later, your views are down here. You're questioning everything. You've lost all of your clients because you haven't been consistent with your own business, because you got too complacent once you got to the point of success. You became too complacent once you got to that point that you wanted to. And this is one of the biggest mistakes that people make. When somebody has a dream, of course, you love the chase. You love striving to achieve your dream. So you're going to put in every single ounce, every single bit of effort that you can in order to reach your dream, in order to get to your goal. But then what happens? As soon as you hit your goal, you're satisfied. And you could either be somebody who's looking for another goal, or you just sit there and go, I've achieved my goal now, I can chill out for a little bit. But this is literally where people mess up, because the minute you sit back and you allow yourself to chill out, this is where things will start crumbling down, but you won't even realize it until it's too late, until the time has passed. This is the thing that people do not tell you, is that you just have to keep going, even if you feel like everything is amazing. To be able to avoid going down, you have to keep on going, even when the times look amazing, even when the times feel amazing and you feel satisfied and you have reached your goals. You cannot sit back, because the minute you sit back, that is when things will start slipping. Now, I'm not saying that this is the case all of the time. Of course, if you've built a great business, you have a great foundation, then things might start excelling for you. But for most people, a business takes years. A business takes so much work, so much effort to put in. You have to keep building. Once you get down here, remember that you cannot quit. You just have to keep repeating the processes. Start recognizing the mistakes that you made. Start recognizing the things that you stopped doing that you might have been doing initially at the start of your business building process. Because if you could start mimicking the actions which you took initially, then at least you are aware of the things that work and the things that don't work. So start applying them. Instead of sitting back and saying, oh no, my business has failed, what am I supposed to do now? Take action. Take action right now. Stop waiting until Monday. Stop saying that, oh, I'm going to start my business next month. I'm going to start my business when I have more money. I'm going to start my business when life calms down a bit. It does not work like this. If you want something bad enough, then you have to go and get it. You cannot wait. You cannot sit around and expect opportunities to come to you, because sometimes it doesn't work like that. You have to put the work in that is necessary in order to reach your goals. And you are the only person that is capable of doing so. So just remember, if there's going to be anything that you're going to take away from this video, yes, life will go like this and like this, but as soon as you get down here, build yourself back up. It might take 6 months, it might take a year, it might take 5 years, but you will be able to get 10 times higher than you ever have been if you just do not give up.